My beloved child, I kept you alive for a reason until this time. And do you realize why? My child, this world is very tempting. And often you get distracted from your true purpose of life. But I have not abandoned you. I have never taken my eyes off you. Not even for a moment. Even when you wandered far from me, even when your heart was burdened and clouded with doubt, I was there. I waited with love that never grew weary, with a patience beyond what you can comprehend. I waited for you to turn your gaze back to me, to the one who formed you with intention, with care, and with unfailing love. You are not an accident, nor a forgotten soul swept away by time. You are my chosen, my cherished creation, my image-bearer. The breath in your lungs is not just a sign of life. It is a gift, a call, a sacred rhythm I placed within you to remind you that you still have a purpose. That every beat of your heart echoes with destiny. You were not placed here to simply survive, to drift through days unaware of the eternal beauty stitched into your spirit. You were made for more. You were made to walk with me. You were made to know me not from a distance, not through ritual or fear, but intimately, deeply, as a child knows the voice of their parent. I am not far away. I am not silent. I am here, and I have always been speaking. Can you hear me now, beloved? Through the chaos, through the distractions, through the noise of this fleeting world, can you feel the stirring in your soul? That is me. I have been whispering into the deepest places of your heart, calling you back to where you truly belong. Not in the approval of others, not in the false comforts of the world, but in me, in my presence, in my love, in the sacred space where your spirit is revived. The world will tell you that your value is based on what you can do, what you can achieve, what you can gain. But I tell you the truth, your worth was sealed before you were even formed. I saw you when no one else could see you. I loved you when no one else knew your name. I knew your every thought, your every struggle, your every tear. And I loved you still. My love is not conditional. My grace is not limited. I have watched you fall, and I have reached down every time, longing to lift you up, not because you earned it, but because I am your Father, and I cannot help but love you. This life has tried to harden your heart. You have been wounded. You have trusted and been betrayed. You have tried to be strong, and yet you have felt weak. I know every burden you carry. I see the nights when your pillow is stained with tears you never showed anyone. I see the questions that swirl in your mind when everything feels uncertain. But listen to me now. I am your refuge. I am your rock. I am the steady hand that never shakes. The voice that never lies. In me, you are safe. In me, you are whole. You were never meant to carry the weight alone. I didn't design you to be crushed by fear or to be enslaved to shame. I sent my Son to bear it all for you, so you could be free. Not just someday, not just in eternity, but now. Freedom begins when you surrender, not to the world, not to despair, but to me. When you let go of your pride, your pain, your past, and place it all at my feet, I will not turn you away. I will welcome you with arms wide open. I have waited for this moment. I have longed to restore what was broken. Let me heal your heart, my child. Let me teach you how to live again, not merely exist, but truly live, to walk in joy that is not dependent on circumstances, to know peace that surpasses all understanding. There is a light I have placed within you that no darkness can extinguish. There is a calling upon your life that no failure can erase. You were not forgotten. You were not forsaken. You were preserved for such a time as this. Look around you. See how many wander lost and weary, longing for something real. I have kept you alive, not only for your sake, but for theirs. You carry a light that is not meant to be hidden. I have entrusted you with something holy, the truth of my love, the reality of my presence, the power of my spirit. And now, I am calling you to rise. Not by your strength, but by mine. To walk in purpose, to speak hope, to live as one who knows the truth that I am with you, and I will never leave you. There will be trials. There will be days when you feel weak. When the enemy tries to whisper lies into your heart. But remember who you are. You are my child. You are chosen, called, and covered. I will fight for you. I will go before you. I will surround you with my angels, with my grace, with my favor. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. No curse spoken over you shall remain. You are sealed by my Spirit, and nothing can snatch you from my hand. Do not let fear guide your steps. Do not let the opinions of others determine your worth. Do not let past mistakes define your future. I make all things new. I am the God of restoration. The God who brings beauty from ashes, joy from mourning, praise from despair. I will use every scar, every failure, every heartbreak for good. If you trust me, what the enemy meant for harm, I will turn into a testimony of grace. I will write a story through your life that glorifies my name and brings healing to many. Do not wait for perfection to come to me. I want you now, just as you are. Bring me your doubts, your brokenness, your weariness. I am not disappointed in you. I do not regret creating you. I delight in you. I rejoice over you with singing. I know the plans I have for you. Plans to give you a future and a hope. Even when you cannot see it, I am working. Even when you cannot feel me, I am near. I placed eternity in your heart. That ache you feel for something more is not weakness. It is your spirit remembering me. You were made for communion with your Creator. You were made to love and be loved by the one who knit you together in secret. No human relationship can fill what only I can fill. No earthly success can replace the joy of walking with me. Return to me, my child, not with fear, but with trust. I will not shame you. I will embrace you. I will restore the years the locusts have eaten. There is still more for you. More life, more purpose, more joy. The best is not behind you. It is ahead, with me. Walk with me, and I will lead you through the wilderness. Trust me, and I will part the sea. Obey me, and I will open doors no one can shut. Be still, and know that I am God. I have not forgotten my promises. I have not changed my mind about you. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. There is a reason I brought you through the fire and did not let it consume you. There is a reason you survived what others did not. I protected you. I preserved you. I have work for you to do, holy work, eternal work. And you do not need to be perfect to begin, just willing. I will equip you. I will anoint you. I will walk with you every step of the way. Stop looking to the world for answers it cannot give. Stop chasing things that leave your soul empty. Come back to me. Dwell in my presence. Meditate on my word. Speak with me daily. I desire relationship, not ritual. I want your heart, not just your habits. I want you to know me, not just know about me. My beloved child, listen closely to my voice. For what I speak to you now is truth. Truth that will set your soul free and anchor your spirit in the midst of a world that is constantly shifting, deceiving, tempting. I speak not to condemn, but to awaken, not to frighten, but to illuminate your heart with the eternal light of my wisdom and love. For you must understand this, my child. There is a great danger in giving your heart over to temptation, even in small ways. And there is great power in living every breath, every step, every thought for me. Temptation is not always loud. It does not always come as the obvious evil you expect. Often, it comes softly, wrapped in convenience, disguised in comfort, masked with half-truths. It appeals to your flesh, to your weariness, to your desire for ease and control. It whispers to you that you can delay obedience, that you can serve me later, that a small compromise will not matter. But my child, those whispers are laced with poison. Every temptation that draws you away from me, no matter how subtle, is an enemy of your soul. Every moment spent chasing what is temporary is a moment robbed from what is eternal. You were not made for a life of half-heartedness. You were made for complete devotion, because I gave myself to you without holding anything back. Understand this. The enemy of your soul does not need to destroy you in an instant. He only needs to distract you long enough, weaken your guard slowly, and numb your heart to my presence. A little compromise becomes a habit. A habit becomes a pattern, and a pattern, when left unchecked, becomes a chain. That is how many fall, not all at once, but step by step, unaware that they are drifting further from me. That is why I speak with urgency. Not because I am angry with you, but because I love you too deeply to let you be swallowed by shadows. I know the struggles you face. I know the pull of the world, the pressure of life, the battle within your own heart. I know how hard it is when everyone around you seems to chase after things I did not call you to. But this is why I have placed my spirit within you. You are not alone in this battle. My spirit is your strength. My word is your sword. My presence is your shield. You do not fight temptation by your own might, but by staying connected to me, moment by moment, second by second. Do not compartmentalize your life. I never intended for you to live one way in the quiet of prayer and another way in the midst of your work. I am not the God of your Sundays only. I am not the God of your mornings alone. I am your God, always. Every breath you take is sacred. Every word you speak matters. Every task you perform, no matter how small or ordinary, can become worship if it is done with me in mind. There is no division between the holy and the mundane. When your heart is fully mine, washing dishes, building businesses, studying, serving, resting, it can all be worship when your heart is aligned with me. This is what I desire, my child. Not a life filled with grand gestures, but a life filled with faithful moments. To live for me is not to be constantly performing, but to be constantly present with me in your heart. It is to choose me in the quiet decisions no one sees. It is to say no to temptation, not only when it is obvious and destructive, but when it is dressed in busyness, pride, or selfishness. You must guard your heart, because temptation will always try to speak louder than truth when your soul is tired or distracted. That is why you must draw near to me daily, not as a duty, but as your lifeline. I am not calling you to strive, but to abide, to stay with me in the stillness, in the chaos, in the laughter, and in the tears. When you are with me, temptation loses its grip. When your heart is full of my presence, the world cannot satisfy you. It will lose its appeal, and my holiness will become your desire. For what fellowship can light have with darkness? And what joy can compare to the fullness of life lived in communion with me? This is why I have given you my word, not to be a burden, but a guide, a lamp unto your feet and a light unto your path. In it is life, instruction, strength, correction, wisdom. When you hide my word in your heart, you will be able to stand. When temptation comes, you will know my truth, and it will guard your mind. You will remember who you are and whose you are. Do not let the word gather dust on your shelf or in your mind. Let it be written on your heart, flowing from your lips, shaping your choices. My word is alive. Let it live in you. You must also watch over your thoughts, my child, for temptation begins not with the act, but with a seed in the mind. What you allow to linger in your thoughts will eventually manifest in your actions. Take every thought captive and make it obedient to me. Do not entertain fantasies or fears that lead you away from my will. Do not dwell on things that stir up envy, lust, bitterness, or pride. I have given you a sound mind, and you must train it by my Spirit. Think on what is pure, lovely, excellent, and praiseworthy. Guard your eyes, guard your ears, guard the gates to your heart. You are called to be holy because I am holy. This is not a command rooted in fear, but in love. I call you to holiness because I know it is the only way to true freedom. The world preaches indulgence is liberty, but indulgence leads to chains. My way may be narrow, but it leads to life. Sin always promises more than it delivers. It always takes more than it gives. But I have already given you everything you need to walk in victory. My grace is sufficient. My Spirit is powerful. My promises are sure. Do not believe the lie that you can entertain sin in one area of your life and keep the rest unaffected. Like leaven in dough, even a little will spread and corrupt. Sin dulls your sensitivity to me. It clouds your vision. It hardens your heart. And though I am always willing to forgive, I want more for you than constant cycles of falling and getting back up. I want you to walk in strength, to grow in maturity, to live in the fullness of what I've prepared for you. I want you to live with joy, not just survival. You must live every second for me, my child, not in anxiety or pressure, but in deep awareness of my presence. Let every breath be an offering, every word be seasoned with grace, every action be an echo of my love. I am not a distant observer. I am your constant companion. When you work, work unto me. When you speak, speak as my ambassador. When you rest, rest in me. When you rise, rise with my purpose in your heart. This is the secret to a life well lived. Not doing more, but doing everything with me. You may wonder how to balance it all. Your responsibilities, your dreams, your family, your calling. But when I am your first priority, everything else will fall into its proper place. I am not asking you to abandon your duties, but to do them with a heart fixed on heaven. You do not need to leave your job to follow me. You only need to invite me into it. You do not need to escape your circumstances. You only need to surrender them. When your heart belongs to me fully, everything becomes sacred. Everything becomes meaningful. I see the times when you feel weary, when you wonder if your small acts of faithfulness matter. Know this, they do. Every act of obedience, no matter how hidden, is seen by me. Every time you choose righteousness over ease, truth over lies, grace over bitterness, you are storing up treasure in heaven. Nothing is wasted when it is done for me. I see it all. I remember it all. And I reward what is done in secret. Do not waste the sacrifice made for you. Do not tread lightly on the blood that was spilled. It was poured out in love, in agony, in divine resolve to redeem you. Let your life be worthy of that love, not by striving, but by surrender. Not by performance, but by relationship. Let me shape you. Let me purify you. Let me lead you every moment. This is not just about avoiding temptation. It is about becoming like me. It is about walking in holiness, in power, in love. It is about being set apart, being light in the darkness, being hope for the hopeless. You are not just saved from something. You are saved for something, a holy calling, a royal identity, a glorious destiny. So live for me, my child, in the grocery store, in the office, in the quiet of your room, in the busyness of your day. Live for me in traffic, in conversation, in hardship, in joy. Let me be the center, the source, the goal. Let nothing come before me. Let no temptation steal your attention. Let no distraction dull your devotion. I will give you everything you need. Strength for the task, peace for the journey, and joy for the morning. I will be your sufficiency. You do not walk alone. My presence will go with you. My favor will rest upon you. My Spirit will guide you into all truth. And when your time on this earth is done, when your race is finished, and your eyes close in this world only to open in mine, you will see how every second lived for me was worth it. You will hear my voice say, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." You will enter the joy prepared for you since the beginning, and it will all make sense. Until then, live each moment with purpose. Resist the enemy. Stand firm in faith. Love without condition. Walk in obedience. And never forget, you are mine forever. And I am with you always. Amen. Thanks for watching God's Helps. Subscribe for daily divine messages. Click on the bell icon. Don't miss out daily God's message.